Hi Shiva.
Yeah, hi sir.
So you are doing DevOps, AWS DevOps activities first demo, right? Today.
Yes sir, yes.
Okay. So what is today's demo you are doing?
So basically in the AWS DevOps, first of all I'm going to do the demo about code migration part. So
Hmm.
later I will do the pipeline also. So this is the demo
Okay.
about code migration to AWS repository in a
Okay.
basic demo. Okay.
From where you are migrating it?
From GitHub to code commit repository.
Okay. Okay.
AWS.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead. I will put on mute.
Okay. So basically, this is the architectural diagram about our code commit repository migration part. So where this is my local computer. So from this local computer, first of all, I'll create one repository in the AWS console. Then actually the Git server is somewhere it is located. So once I create a repository, from the Git server, I can clone the one repository. So based on the Git clone URL. So once you downloaded the URL into your local, so all the files are available in our local with the corresponding folder. So then you can push the files to the code commit repository by using git push URL of the code commit repository, so that all the files, whatever the files are available from the git, so that if all the files are loaded into the git code commit repository, so you can verify on the AWS console itself. So this is the migration part about our architectural diagram. So let me go to the next slide. So basically this is the introduction about code commit. So basically the code commit is designed for collaborative software developers in order to changes the effects to, with the pipeline. So actually the developers are writing the code inside the local. So whenever the changes occur, so that through the pipeline it will go into the directly production server. So that is the scenario, and the code commit is basically is a secure way and a highly scalable and managed source control service. So that hosts the private Git repositories in that. So it also eliminates the need for you to manage your own source code control. So whenever you lost anything in your laptop, so that you can log in another system and you can recover all the files which are you configured inside the computer. So no need to worry about the scaling in infrastructure with this code commit. And you can use code commit to store anything from code to binary files. All the files you can store in the code commit repository on the AWS console. So this is a small introduction about code commit. So finally, I am going to do the task now. So first of all, we need to set up the IAM access for the code commit in order to access. So for that, let me create one IAM user, and you need to attach the uh, permission. So let me go to our AWS console. Let me log in. So let me increase my font size. I think it is fine. So first, this is the task one. First of all, we need to set up the IAM user with the corresponding credentials. So for that, on the go to AWS Management Console page, and you need to mention the IAM and the Services tab. You can just type IAM, and you can select the IAM user, like just this image. So let's go to IAM service. So my network is
Looks like your internet has got problem. First, you explain the PPT in the meanwhile.
okay. 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 So first of all, we need to set up the IAM user so that you can create one IAM user with the programmatic access as like seen below, and you can configure the permission with the AWS code. Yes. Okay. So you can give the permission also. So select attach existing policy on the AWS console, and just you can give the AWS code commit full access. So for the demo, I'll go with AWS code commit full access to the user. So once you have configured, then you can review your information whether it is correct, or if we miss anything, you can configure it. So this is the username test. The access type is programmatic access with an access key. The boundary permission is boundary permission. So you can give the permission AWS code commit full access to this user. Then you can create user. So this is about our first task to create IAM user with the AWS code commit full access policy. So later this is the task 2. So you need to set up the HTTPS credentials in order to connect with code commit. So for that I need to create credentials also. So we have already created IAM user earlier. So now just go to the IAM console. So select your IAM user, whatever you have created earlier. Then you will see a summary of the like this information for the user. So that you can go to security credentials. Under the security credentials, you can have the HTTPS circuit credentials. Okay, I will show it in the AWS. Okay, let me go to users. So let me create a user. So first we need to set up one IAM user with required policy attached with the user. So the second one is after you created IAM user. So in the console, IAM user, right? So just go to the security credentials. You can generate HTTP credentials for the code commit. So because we are connecting from the GitHub to code commit, right? So for that, so you need to mention the credentials for that. Okay, let me create. So let me give the access type programmatic access. Next permissions. So you need to give permission. Let me type code commit. Just enter AWS code commit full access. Just tick this, confirm it, and go to next tags. So now I'm not going to create any tags for the demo. Let's review. So you can review once you have created all the IAM user, AWS user, the programmatic access, and attach with AWS code commit full access to the user. Let's create user. Just create user. Okay. So download these credentials for the further purpose. Let's download this. So close it. So after that, this is the second task. You need to set up the HTTPS Git credentials for code commit. Okay. So on the same tab, you can go to the selected IAM user, and from the IAM user, you can generate the HTTP credentials. Okay. Right. Now let me go to. So this is my AWS user I have created now. So let me go to inside the user. So let me come to the security credentials. So you can come down. So here you have the HTTPS Git credentials for AWS code commit. So let's generate the credentials for that. Okay, let me take these credentials. Notepad. This is the username. This is the password. Okay, so let me close it. So go to our PPT. So just I have created my HTTPS Git credentials for the code commit. So I have taken the credentials. Okay. So this is the task 3. So now you can configure AWS credentials on local machine. So for that you need to install the AWS CLI. So I already installed the AWS CLI. If you don't have, you can install with the command. So let me go to command. Okay, AWS hyphen. So make sure you need to install the AWS in the local. So I have installed AWS CLI 2.7.0. So you need to confirm the code commit command works in our local. So by with the help of this command, so AWS code commit help whether it is actually working in our local or not. Code commit help. So it is working. AWS code commit API is there. So now it is working. So just give control. So now that you need to set up the CLI with this command AWS configure, okay, in the local AWS configure. So now you need to mention the access key and secret key. So we already installed that. So just go to okay. Okay, so this is the access key. So you need to mention the secret key as well. So for that, so you have taken the secret key and pasted over here. Enter. So default region I will go with US East 1 and I will go with JSON. So now I have configured AWS configure in my local. So once you have configured, then the next task is you can create a code commit repository in AWS console. So for that, go to AWS management console, just type code commit on the search bar. Then you can create repository, one repository for that to store the files. So let me create one more tab. So in the search bar, just type code commit, click on this. So okay, now I will create one repository to store the files. So for that, I'll create one repository with the repository name. I'll give AWS repo. So you can give the description also. So for that, I'll just move on to the just create a repository. So I have created a repository in my code commit console. So this is so just I have entered and I created repository, one repository. Okay, so this is the console. So next you need to clone the Git repo to migrate to local system. So this is the task file. So we have created one repo. So for in order to migrate the uh, files from GitHub to code commit repository, so first you need to clone the GitHub repo to the local first. Okay, into the local. So from local to Git code commit repository, you can push the commands with the push command. Okay, so first you need to clone the
So
files
this is
on the
your laptop and you installed Git in this laptop, right?
yes, yes,
Okay. So prerequisite is Git need to be there in the local laptop, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Can you show your GitHub repository on browser, which
Yes,
you
now
are
I
going
will
to
show
clone it?
GitHub. So this
This
is
is your
my
account, GitHub account.
Git. Sorry, this is another one. Yeah, this is my GitHub repository, CS
Okay. Where are the files which you are going to download?
So okay, I will take one uh, repository. Okay, I will take
Mm.
this sample flask app.
Mm.
So these are the
These are the
files,
files.
yeah, which are available
Okay.
in the code
Okay.
GitHub.
Now you can do clone command.
Yeah. So let me take this HTTPS URL. Okay, from this code. Okay. So just you can click it and you can take this HTTPS URL and go to your local system. So as I mentioned here, so this is the command. With this command you can clone the all the files and directories into the local. So this is the command git clone hyphen mirror https. This is the URL of the GitHub. Okay, so let me go to our local git clone hyphen mirror. So you need to mention the URL, right? So I have copied the URL from the GitHub, and finally you need to mention one repository here. So let's give uh, code test. Code test. Code test already exists. Okay, let me give another name. Code test one. Enter. So now it is all the files are cloning into the with the bare repository and inside the code test one. Okay. So all the files are now available in the code test one. So let me go to so we can switch into the code commit test repository and you can check. Okay, so I'll check in the local. So just to type cd code test one, enter. So we can give dir to list the files. So these are the files are available inside that.
You go to the internet browser, GitHub browser, and show the same files.
Okay.
These are the same directory, folders, and files.
Okay, I will go inside the folder class
Mm.
cap folder. So inside
Mm.
this
Mm.
app docker file requirement.txt. Okay, let me see in the my local also. Or else I will show in my local itself where I actually configured path also. Okay, let me go to PC. Yeah, this is the code test one which you have created now. So these are the
What was
files.
the folder? You showed the folder there, right? Flask. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead with other steps.
So now all the files are now available in the local itself. So now we can push all the files into the code commit repository with git push command. Okay, let me. So this is the command git. Yeah. So run the git push command with specifying the URL of the git code commit repo. Okay, let me give push and the URL of the code commit repository, not the GitHub repository, the code commit HTTPS repository. Okay, so this URL you have taken and you need to mention here. Okay, and at the end you need to mention hyphen all. So it means whatever the files and the directories which are available in our local. So everything will be pushed into the code commit repository. So
hold on, don't press it. Just go to the AWS repository screen.
okay.
Show me empty, it should be empty repository, right? There are no files as on now.
So this is my AWS repository.
Earlier repository.
Wait,
Are there any repositories, files in the
I will
repo?
delete remaining.
Yeah, you can delete them. Just let us make sure
Yeah,
only
yeah.
that folder content is uploaded.
Yes, yes. Okay, so now there are empty files. Okay.
Okay. No files in the repo. It is empty
Yes.
repository. Okay, now go ahead and fire the command. The this one.
Yeah, in my local.
Yes.
So this is the command which you can push all the files and directories to the code commit repository. Enter. So we created a new branch master by default. So let me verify in the console. So let me refresh. So go to AWS repository. So now you
Okay.
can see all the
Right.
files
Okay.
available.
You got the Flask app also.
Yes, Glasscap and Nginx proxy and
Mm-hmm,
Docker
mm-hmm,
Compose YAML.
mm.
The same thing here, Glasscap, Nginx proxy and Docker Compose YAML.
Now let us say to GitHub repository, you added a new file.
Okay,
You
so
are
this
getting
is
my
my,
point.
yes, yes,
Uh, you add to Flask folder anyone new file.
okay, add file. Okay, I'll create.
Now you update this repository in AWS.
Okay, now I'll create one new file with
Yes.
code commit. I'll just write. So I'll just write something uh, and I can commit new file. Okay, let me commit. So this is my new file, okay, which I have created now. So let me clone the, one second, let me clone this. Uh, Git,
You can clone to same folder, right?
yes, yes. Uh, Git clone URL of the
Uh,
this HTTPS URL. So let me give. So let's enter the repository. So yeah, one is changed,
done
right? Yes,
without error.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Now I can
Now
push
check
now.
the file.
Yeah.
Check the file here. New file.
Okay. Okay, I will go to my local.
Mm.
Main. So okay, code test one. This is my local.
Did you create a folder there, new folder, or copied into a folder?
So here I didn't see any file. Please.
Go to browser. Just which one? Which file is the new one? Code commit.
Code commit.
The
Yes.
same file should be there in local folder. Give dir.
Sub and directories and 4 files.
No. You can do one thing. Create a fresh folder and do it, and you can push it. There are updates. Actual update command is there in GitHub commands. You need to use that command to update the local repository with the updated file from the GitHub. But you have not used it as a practice. So now you can do one thing: create a new folder, and into that folder you clone it
Okay.
and upload it.
Okay. Now I
There
will
is one
go.
update command actually. See, update is with URL actually. Later you can practice it.
So now I will give one new folder AWS. So let me enter. So let me give the. Okay, let me verify in the my path AWS repo, right?
This is a new folder, right?
Yes, yes. AWS repo. Okay, under the code test one. Okay.
Is it the correct directory what you are using it? Clone directory is the same. Check the command.
So this is my repo.
No, not here. From the root only you updated it. It should be in this folder.
This is the path users okay, this name and the code test one AWS repo. Just I will show.
That file has not updated or what?
Yes, the
Not
file.
downloaded? Huh?
Yes.
So maybe it has taken the older version. Go to GitHub. Go to GitHub.
Yeah.
Refresh it. F5. Press it. Which is the file you uploaded it?
This one code commit.
That file is not there, right? Currently.
Mm, mm, yes.
Okay, you take URL, just you take URL there, latest one, and go to another folder from the root, create as a fresh.
So
Okay,
I will
actually
create
GitHub, huh?
yeah, GitHub.
GitHub clone directory will not change it. It is the same URL. It should be. The latest file should be downloaded into the new folder as fresh download. Okay. So you create another directory, not in the same folders. Go to another drive or create there, and there you download it.
Okay, I'll go to.
You can try one more time.
Let me.
Normally there is a synchronization command is there with the current folder and GitHub. You can practice that and come back next time.
So now I'll take this URL.
Yes, you take this path.
URL. So now I am in the new directory.
Same new directory. Yes. Now you do clone command.
Okay. The HTTP URL of GitHub. This
Now give dir here. What happened?
so actually it
Go
has
to that folder.
0 files.
No, it is pulled from the root folder from the GitHub.
So only one
Click on
file
that.
is.
Click on that. It is not file. It is a folder.
Yes, yes.
You have that one. Code commit is not there. No, it should be in the root directory in this folder only. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not
No.
there, right?
It's not, yes.
Huh?
Yes, yes. It's not synchronized.
Okay. What you need to do, you try these combinations, and there are update commands also, synchronization of the current GitHub repository with the local folder. You practice those commands, update commands, and try all these things by adding new object immediately. If I want to update it, what happens? All that combinations you need to try. Now in this demo you have given correctly, the demo scope is to create a repository in AWS and upload the code into AWS code repository. But additionally, what I asked is to add object, to delete object, and update the repo in the AWS parallelly. So how you are going to do that? You come back for a next demo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fine.
I'll stop it
Yes.
now. What you can do? What is this scope of the project? I mean the project activity. You go through PPT one more time. What all you have done, you explain it in high level only from the agenda
Okay.
slide. Agenda slide is there, right? Steps are there before. Here you explain these are the things done as per the demo scope.
So yes. So for this migration part, first of all, I'll set up one IAM user, and in the IAM user, I attached one code commit policy, full access policy for that user. So next I create one HTTPS grid credentials for the code commit. So in order to connect with the password and credentials. So for that I need these credentials. And next I have configured the AWS CLI on my local machine with the access key and secret key. And you can next I created one code commit repository in the AWS console. Then once we created get code commit repository in the AWS, then we can clone the Git repository. We can take the Git URL and you can clone it into the local first of all, and then you can migrate it to migrate into your local system. Then you can push that whatever the files with the git push command, and all the files which will be uh, loaded into the code commit repository in the AWS console.
Right, I'll stop recording. That's all.